Good morning. It's June 28th and the lindens are blooming. So Sally and I have come to a local park to harvest linden. And first, before we do the harvest, I want to talk to you about the different kinds of linden. So we have 3 linden trees in this park and with two different species. So this first one here is the little leafed linden. So the little leaf linden, Linden cordata, is a linden, and these lindens are really blooming beautifully this year. But you can see, compared to my hand, the leaves of this linden, you can see the size. They're about 2.5, 3 inches across. And the flowers are small. They'll fit right in my hand. So Tilia cordata is a native to Europe, and little leaf linden actually manifests into a smaller tree and has been used throughout history for many things. Linden has such a long use. We'll talk about that at on a different YouTube, but I want to show you the differences in the tree. So the main thing you'll observe as you're out looking around is the size of the leaf and the flower. So let's go look at Linden Tillia europa, which is another European linden. So the Tilia europa has a much bigger leaf and hence a much bigger flower. And so first the leaf, we'll just take a leaf off so you can really see it. So these are typical ways to identify the linden. You've got an offset leaf shoulder where it touches into the petiole. And the tip, the drip tip, is very pronounced in the lindens. This one's leaves can be anywhere from, this one's probably 3 inches across, but I've seen the big leaf lindens have leaves that are, well, like up here higher, the leaves are more like 4 and 5 inches across. So here you can see a much larger leaf than that little leaf linden had. And the flower and the leaves are proportional. Where we had the smaller flower on the Tilia cordata, Tilia europa, here is a much bigger plant. The tree gains much larger stature. These trees can grow up to over 100 feet tall. They also can live a long time. There is a linden in Gloucester that's been coppiced that they believe is over 2,000 years old. So linden has a long history of weaving its story with the story of humanity. There's 30 different species spread around the northern latitudes, and it's a tree that's been used for just about everything. Much like the cedar tree in the northwest corner of America where I live, the linden tree has served humans, and humans served the tree well for years. So it's been called the bee tree because the flowers really call in the honeybees, and a lot of honey can be made out of one of these trees' flowers. I mean, look at these flowers on this tree. It's dripping with flowers right at the moment, and we only have 3 days to harvest. Once they start to bloom, we had a really hot spell of 80, 89 degrees, and now in a day they've popped open, and we have to harvest now. In France, when the lindens bloomed, everybody stopped whatever they were doing, and they would go off into the linden forests and start to harvest these flowers because they're so well loved as a tea through the winter, and as a nourishing herb for cooling and soothing the body, comforting the body, but also as a way to reduce inflammation and fire in the body. So many different species all have pretty much the same uses. There's one in America, Tilia americana, or basswood. It's more the wood that's used with that one, but again, flowers bloom, the scent is amazing, feed all kinds of insects, mostly honeybees and different pollinators. So a great tree to have in your parks. It's a large tree, so it's not really a great tree for putting in your yard, but go to the parks. It's a wonderful street tree in many cities. There's almost always a Linden Avenue in any big city, and you'll find linden. So get out and look for your local lindens and see which ones grow with you. And then hopefully you can find them when they're in full bloom. You'll notice them from the scent and the beauty of the tree. It's a statuesque tree, beautiful tree. I look forward to hearing your stories about linden. You can come and see us at EagleSong-Gardener.com and learn more about all the different herbs that we weave through our lives. See you there.